a great night at Jeffers Brook Shelter. We're up early and climbing what most people call the first mountain in the Whites. That's Mount Moosilauke.
Alright, we did our 16 miles. We made it over Moosilauke Mountain, which was 4,800 feet, so the highest peak we've gotten over since Three Ridges back in Virginia. Crazy.
Great night last night after a really big day in the Whites. Today we're only going to do, I think, 8.8 and head into Lincoln for, we say a Nero, but in the Whites, 9 miles is a lot. So we're going to head into Lincoln and then most likely 0 tomorrow since the weather is not supposed to be so nice.
Alrighty, so we've wrapped the day up. We're at the Mountain Liberty Lodge. We're gonna bike into town and get some McDonald's and then probably get some food or whatnot for this evening. But yeah, we're just posting up. We're actually splitting the room with Poseidon, who you met, I think, in the last video. We're taking tomorrow off because the rain's supposed to come and we want to see Franconia Ridge on a good day, so we'll see you soon.
Good morning. It is raining, but we are in town. We are in Lincoln, New Hampshire. We're about to go resupply and just enjoy a nice day off since it's raining and the Whites are pretty tough, so it's a nice day to just let us relax for a bit and then we'll be back on trail in the morning. Good morning. We are on top of Franconia Ridge. It's actually really cold and really windy, but we're having a good day so far.
Morning. So we're currently climbing South Twin Mountain. We don't go over North Twin Mountain, that's on a different trail, but so what we're climbing today. Sorry I didn't do a wrap up for yesterday, but we thoroughly enjoyed going over Franconia Ridge and over Garfield Mountain. It was a beautiful day. A lot of people though, so it was a bit overwhelming. But we're still out here enjoying the whites. Ninja Snail is actually not feeling too great. She's got a bit of a stomach ache. And so we're hoping that goes away, but we're still climbing.
Good morning. Sorry we didn't have any video for you last night. It got dark on us. We were trying to find a tent site for the night. But yeah, we are up and at 'em this morning. I think we're going to push for around 10, maybe 15 miles if we're really feeling good. We have a little bit of an uphill right now, then down into, I think it's Crawford Notch, and then straight back up again. Alright, so we did a short day. We are now in North Conway, which is about 20 or 25 miles from the trailhead. I wasn't feeling too great, and we wanted to check on the weather since we heard it might be raining tomorrow on Mount Washington. But we're in town now, and thankfully actually it looks like it's going to be good weather for a few days. But yeah, we're going to hang out in town, and hopefully I can get some medicine and feel better. Alright, so we're back on trail. I feel a lot better, got some medicine. So far we have done probably around 2 miles, maybe a little bit more. We stopped down at Crawford Notch, and so we're working on that big climb up, I think it's Mount Webster maybe, and we're at the Webster Cliffs right now. And fun fact, I was just looking down, or actually Sandals was first, and we looked down and see in the notch, we actually drove through this area in October for one of our just little road trips that we did together, and lo and behold, the building that we stopped at is just below us. And I remember thinking, I was like, wow, I bet the AT is right up there, and I bet there's thru hikers climbing around and enjoying themselves up on the mountain, and here we are doing that.
Alrighty, so we're at the Mizpah hut. They don't want me to do video inside, so I can't show you. But we are actually gonna do a work for stay. So they're having dinner right now, and when you do a work for stay, they feed all the paying guests food. And then if there's room for a work for stay, thru hikers can come in and they'll feed you a meal. And then afterwards you have to, I guess, clean up dishes or do some sort of work around the hut. So me and Ninja Snail are going to do that, and it's going to be great. And then we get to set out tomorrow. It's kind of chilly up here though, so I'm glad to be indoors.
Good morning. We had a nice night at the Mizpah Hut Spring Shelter. We have started our climbing for the day. We're headed towards Mount Washington. It's super foggy, super cloudy. It rained last night, but we're hoping maybe, just maybe, it will clear up for some good views on the top of Mount Washington.
So we wrapped up the day. We went over Mount Washington and the presidentials passed there. Anyone who's ever talked about the rocks of Pennsylvania has clearly never done the section past Washington. I mean, Jefferson and Adams, insane rocks. But thankful we had gorgeous weather and beautiful views. We're gonna work for stay again here at Madison, I think it's Madison Hut. But yeah, it's gonna be a good night.
You probably couldn't hear me too well with the wind this morning, but I said good morning and we were on top of Mount Madison. That was probably one of the hardest, craziest, scariest climbs and descents we've done so far on the AT. The winds were probably around 60 miles an hour. We were on all fours at some points just to hold on and make sure we didn't fall. Yeah, so it was a tough climb. We were going about 7/10 of a mile in an hour. Yeah, it was tough. So yeah, we are only gonna do I think around 8 miles today, maybe even slightly less, but it's been a tough day. I got a little bit mentally frustrated with things, but I'm smiling now. We're good, and I think we're gonna head down to Pinkham Notch soon, and sorry for the wind, it's back. But it feels good now because it's nice and hot down in the valley.
We made it to Pinkham Notch. We'd done about 8 miles, I think. It was a crazy day though. I mean, we're so beat down, but we are gonna try to hitch into Gorham and maybe get some Chinese food, then come back to trail. Let you know how it goes. It worked. And now that we have finished dinner, we gotta figure out how to get back to the trail. Made it back with that car. Thank you so much.
Good morning. We are currently climbing up Wildcat Mountain and up to the ridge. It's a really tough climb. Right now we're actually, feels like rock climbing a lot of rocks straight up. Glad we're going up instead of down.
Alrighty, so the night got a little bit away from us. We were hiking along and we saw the rainstorm kind of coming in. And so we tried to make it down to the last camp spot that's owned by the AMC. And they tried to charge us 20 bucks for a really sloped spot, and we just had none of that. And so we got our money back and decided to keep hiking. And we had to make it over another mountain, and it's rained and was probably a 60-mile-an-hour wind. But we finally got down the mountain and we're now packed up and our tent is up. We've eaten dinner. It's now like 9:30. It's been quite a day, but we only have like 6 miles, 5.8 miles to get into town tomorrow, so that'll be really nice. I'll show you tomorrow.
Good morning. We are up and at it early today because it's town day. We're headed into Gorham, New Hampshire. It's our last town in the state of New Hampshire before we head into Maine. Oh, and fun fact, we just realized that we have less than 300 miles until we reach Katahdin. So that's a really great feeling. It's gonna be a good day because it's town day, and we're gonna get dry and clean and enjoy the last McDonald's and Walmart on the trail.